image says it was AI. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's try now. See if we can get this to go. One more time. What's good, everybody? What's good? Hold up. Wait. Yeah, let's get those pores open. Let's get those pores open. And it's just me and you. Ooh, baby. There we go. Y'all know what's up. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. It's our bottom line. Welcome, because this Wednesday the 7th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. What's good, everybody? How is everybody doing this morning? Woo! How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and once again, you guys have tuned into our bottom line. This is what we do every 6 o'clock, every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, just to make sure that we're informed on information before we start our day. I hope everybody under the sound of my voice is having a fantastic morning, because why? I am. Why? Because I woke up this morning. Y'all already know problems present opportunities. Stop making excuses. You woke up this morning, so you got another bite at the apple. So go ahead and bite it. Y'all know what the deal is. I'm happy to be alive another day, and I'm so happy that everybody here is tuned in. I want to see who's in here. You guys make sure that when you chime in, you let me know where you're chiming in from, because I want to see where you guys are from. Okay, Tony U says, let's see what's cracking in the news this day. Guy says, hello, everyone. Tony U, good morning from LA. Hold up. Way, we got Tony U from LA in the building. Okay, yeah, who else we got up here? We got Rebecca. That's what's good. Rebecca from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You already know we got Batty Lynn up in here representing. Good morning from Detroit. We got everybody gloved up this morning. We got Angels Among Us 214 saying what's up. We got Mark Dorfman trying to beat everybody up in here from New York City. I see one other person. Where's Angels Among Us from? 214. That's Colorado. How you guys doing? Thank you for the love. Don't think I don't see it. Y'all know what it does. That's that blah, 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 blah. That's that Hulk energy right there that I get from that. So I appreciate that so much. But yes, we got a lot to cover today. We got so much to go into. We got some follow-ups. We got stuff like this that's going on right now. I didn't make the image, so don't get mad at me. But it's something that we're talking about, so you know we had to put it in the thumbnail. And speaking of thumbnail, I got so much stuff in this thumbnail going on and so much to talk about. We might as well get into it. So without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What do we got over here this morning for this another great day that we were able to wake up this morning? We have Trump blasts fake news for Pope image, says it was AI. This image that you're looking at right here, there's a lot going on behind this image that was made, as well as also retweeted on the White House website, and the press had questions about it. We're going to get into that. Also in other areas, we've got 678 unit apartment complex, not a building. We've got a 678 unit apartment complex in San Antonio that was taken over by none less than who? Tren de la Agua. the drug cartel gang. We're going to keep on moving forward because last and not least, what do we got? We got Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Shifty, low down. One day I'm a rule of fucking world, kid. Spot my word. I got the filthiest human ears ever heard, and even if you wash my mouth out with soap. We got Adam Schiff over here. We got Adam Schiff's personal real estate's profits shows of possible real estate fraud. Similar to what who? Tish James. Similar to what Tish James has done as far as real estate, claiming that you live in one state, really living in another one. Yes, they have done research, and I think maybe the White House is scrubbing up. Are they actually looking into the personal accounts of executives now, of administrators now, of senators? They keep that up. There's really going to be a lot that's going to be shook out. So yes, that's what we got for you guys, among a whole bunch of other stuff. Do me a favor, once we turn around and start these clips, I want you guys to please try to stay on topic today. If you do like what you see, go ahead and double click and let more people know that we're in here. And without any further ado, I got to show you something, because our president, of course, how we always started off, our president now is in a meeting and he's talking about security. This is the meeting that they held for FIFA. And the president was talking about security for FIFA, had everybody there, but also he took a number of questions. You always know that we always watch the entirety of all interviews, just in case there's a couple of nuggets and gems that we can find. And yes, in this conference about FIFA, he asked the press if they had any questions. Of course they did. They asked these questions, and without any further ado, let's get into this. Let's go. Good morning. Let's go. Let's do it.
Canada here today, and with him and with also the president of Mexico, there's been some recent tensions between them and the United States. Are you worried about any problems with that joint partnership as co-hosts of the World Cup next year?
No, I don't see any tension either. We get along very well with both. They just got to pay a little more money, They're just they're getting away with things that they shouldn't be, and they understand. We had a great meeting today, actually, with the new prime minister, who's a terrific guy, and we had a very long session with JD and Marco and everybody, and it went very well. No, we had a very great meeting, and no tension. We want to do what's right for our respective peoples, and that's what's going to happen. And also with Mexico, I think the relationship is really very good with the president of Mexico, as you know, you probably heard. And we're going to have a very good relationship with regard to FIFA. I have no doubt about it. Johnny would know better than anybody, but you understand. I mean, I think the relationship is very good. Thank you very much. Question? Yeah, please.
Be the level of interaction, cooperation with Canada and Mexico as it relates to next year's World Cup? Are you already talking to them?
Yeah, we are. It's total, complete. We talked about it even today at our meeting with Canada, and the level is total. It's going to be perfect. Going to be beautiful. They're very excited about it. Yeah, please.
Applications for people around the world who want to come to the United States for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And if I may, just a second question for maybe Mr. Duffy. Secretary Duffy, is there anything long-lasting transportation-wise that Americans can expect from infrastructure being built?
Okay, you guys, we're going to move it right along because you know how we do it over here. We got to stack the deck and keep it moving because we got a situation where Tina Smith basically slams Trump's reckless trade war, and she's basically saying that it's putting the U.S. Economy at risk. I want you guys to check this out. Chuck Schumer and a number of Democrats sat in on this. This is something that you guys probably saw, but yes, information, and we got to keep it moving because we're talking about the money, 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 money. Let's get into it. Let's do it.
Stop researching with ChatGPT. Its information is not reliable.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Leader Schumer and Senator Klobuchar and Senator Markey for your legislation, and especially thank you to all the entrepreneurs who are here today to tell about how your businesses are affected by this chaos and uncertainty that President Trump's reckless trade war is causing for all of you. My constituent Beth, who is with us today, was just named, as Senator Klobuchar said, Minnesota Small Business Person of the Year, and her baby products were making their way onto the shelves of some of the biggest retailers in the country. She should be celebrating that, but instead, she is worried about keeping her business afloat. And as Beth says, that's heartbreaking, but it is also real. And you can see from the people standing with us today that this is not a political issue for them. This is not about politics. This is about the survival of their businesses, the survival of their dreams. And I think that Beth's story shows us so clearly that the randomness and the chaotic approach to tariffs are putting small businesses like hers and all of these at risk, and they are hurting people's capacity to make payroll and pay rent, and they are hurting our economy, and they are hurting American consumers. And it is ironic that we are celebrating, our Republican colleagues are celebrating National Small Business Week this week, when what is really happening to American small businesses is just a huge challenge.
Okay, so we've got Senator Chuck Schumer's holding a press briefing on President Trump's trade war. We've got a lot of small business owners here that's basically for what they're doing. I can't take any more because their audio is terrible. I got to put 2 mics up there. What you guys see me doing right now is stacking this deck, also being fair to both sides of the parties, not just showing one side of what's going on in our newscast from now on. We're going to show what both sides has to say, even if we do not agree and like the platform. And also, we got to make sure that that small news that's not getting pushed, that actually is relevant and making sense to what we've got going on in our world, is still getting out there. So Bugatti, why'd you play that clip right there? Because small businesses and certain people do feel this way. And on this channel, we still got to make sure we get the message out. And sadly, they have a terrible audio situation going on right now, which I hope that they get taken care of, because the party's already suffering. It's bad enough we can't understand you. We need to at least be able to hear you. Now we're going to go to drone footage over Alcatraz, because this is the present day. And, Trump is basically trying to open up Alcatraz. I don't know if he's doing it to scare people. I don't even know if it's going to be a reality, something that can actually happen, because of the fact that it's almost like a historic monument now, and people actually go there to visit the place or whatever like that, to make a long story short. Also, my concerns were also what was happening before, the seawater and the salt water damaging the building. And so it's probably a lot to maintain. Also, they did say that the reason why they shut it down was because it was very expensive. So I don't know if this was like a scare tactic to let everybody that's always already knowing about Alcatraz to start speaking about it. And this way, maybe more people self-deport. I don't know what's going on here, but never know. But this is some drone footage that actually shows you guys the present day of what's going on and what Alcatraz looks like. Check this out. So this is what Trump's talking about reopening right now.
Tell him, why should people join us on May
And basically,
15th?
Well, if you're a person that is...
Now that I'm going to be smart about this, I realize that they're probably going to get me for the music in the back. So we're going to talk over this. Haha, I ain't going to catch me. So now, yes, large location. Tons of possibilities to, send people back to. But still, to me, what I see here, I don't see that this being enough space for all of the criminals that's basically, being housed and that's in our country right now. So that's going to be pretty hard. Also, like I said, the upkeep, the maintenance, and just the upkeep of Alcatraz is just like another bill. But my question is it worth it? Is it worth opening Alcatraz back up in order to, to house these illegal criminals? And also to put the fear of God in them. Gonna keep on moving forward, you guys. Again, like I said, sorry we're not gonna be able to play that audio that's back there, but that's the reason why, is because we don't want to get struck, and then I'll have to go into the video later and edit it out and all of that. So we don't want to do that. But this is the one that I'm gonna play lastly before I get into the comments, because now President Trump basically took questions at the Oval Office, and he announced 100% tariffs on what I'm into. Movies, foreign movies right now, 100% tariff on foreign movies. I want you guys to see this right here. I'll be honest with you, the movie business has been terrible so far. It's also even harder for people of our color because of the fact that there's not that many roles, not that many films, and they say that our films don't make that much money. So it's pretty hard to get into film. So I kind of got out of that because it was like, oh, think about it like this. Like, I don't never see a lot of rappers and actors really retiring as multimillionaires. And well, I'm gonna say actors maybe, but not like rappers. If you really look at it, like rappers and singers, they don't really retire and live the rest of their life with tons of money. The best people that we know have lost all of everything that they've acquired and really never had a chance to really enjoy it. Look at Prince, look at people like Michael Jackson, and even like Marvin Gaye and those guys. So it's like you have to come to a realization of things at a certain point in your life and just be real about what's going on with the world. So I want to show you guys this right here because Trump is talking about a 100% tariff on all foreign movies. And like I said, it's already hard in Hollywood right now. But with this, it's just like another cherry on top.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it.
Cardinal Dolan.
I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening. Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said, "Isn't that nice?"
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of. No. I think it's the fake news media that, they're fakers.
My question, though, sir, was about the fact that it was put out on the White House account, even though it was AI generated, it was a joke, it was a meme. Does it at all diminish the substance of the official White House account to have it go out on that particular
Give me a
channel?
break. It was just somebody did it in fun. It's fine. Have to have a little fun, don't you? Yeah, please, go ahead.
Tell me about the program that's just been introduced to give undocumented immigrants living in the United States
About me?
$1,000 to self-deport. Can you just tell us a little bit?
Oh, the new
The
program,
new
yeah.
program.
We have millions of people that have come into this country illegally through an administration that didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have a clue. And now we find out officially they didn't because the president was incompetent, but I could have told you that before. And they've allowed millions and millions of people to pour in. Murderers, drug dealers, the biggest drug dealers in the world, actually, terrorists come in, emptied prisons from many countries, not just South America, all over the world. They emptied their prisons into our beautiful USA. And to get that many people, 21 million people, we think the real number is, but let's say 3 million of them are serious criminals. 11,888 murderers, many of whom murdered more than one person. It's hard to believe we have to even talk about this when we're talking about something so beautiful, but it's something we have to talk about having to do with the country because it's very important. So they came in by the millions illegally into our country. They just flowed in through an open border policy that was insane. And what we've done is we've offered, you know the numbers, but we've...
Hey guys, I just found an amazing digital marketing expert on Fiverr.
Good.
Because we're taking them out by the thousands. We're being obstructed. It's very unfair what's happening because the court system it's very unfair. We have to get them out fast. These are bad people. These are people that are killing, and they've already killed many people in this country. The illegal immigrants that came in illegally through an open border policy, which is insane. We talk about common sense.
Apologize, you guys. I know I talked about movies and terrorists. I think that was actually even better because now it's going to roll into actuality of what's going on out there. I know you guys want me to come to the comments right now, but I got to stack the deck just a little more just to make it make sense. We got an immigrant agent that's being chased and tackled by a suspect in Washington backyard. Check this out, you guys. This actual footage of a man being chased and being taken down by Homeland Security. Makes it to his house, but he doesn't make it in the house. All I'm gonna say is wait for it. I'm just gonna say wait for it because I know you can't hear it. I can't either, but watch. They got him. They putting handcuffs on him. He made it to the door, so a family member's talking to the people saying, "What are you doing? Get off of him." He's going no matter what. He's on a list. Deported. He got to go. He's under arrest. They're going to show it from the other angle where you can hear everything that's being said. So it's happening everywhere now. Like, don't worry about what state, New York, Manhattan, New York, New Jersey, Philly, Idaho, Ohio, Indianapolis. This is actually going down everywhere. Whoever is on a list for deportations, they're cracking down now. Watch this. I want you guys to see the other side of it now, because you see the apprehension from one perspective. Now we're going to see it from the homeowner's inside camera. Now they don't know who's in there, so they're protecting them as they leave. He's a good guy. He's going. He's on deportation. He's going. That's what they said. All right, y'all. I'm coming in the comments right now. I think we talked about it. We got enough stack. What y'all got for me? Whatever works says, thank God for Trump. Trump saving America. What else we got over here? We got whatever works says, born and raised American. Cry harder. What else? Frederick Wright says, yes, in Oklahoma too. Jimmy, what's going on in the video? What you saw was a deportation happening in real time. That was from both perspectives, inside of the location as well as on the outside. One of the family members actually came out of their home and saw the deportation happening and basically tried to stop it, and they did not let him, and basically took the person off because he was on the deportation list. Whatever works says, and I'd vote for Trump 10 more times. Okay, what else we got over here? We got Sean Preston that says, Eric, if that's AI, you're the next genius. LMA off. I don't know who that is, and don't call me that name. I don't know who the hell that is. Hilarity Brebo, good job, Ice. There you go, Hilarity. Thank you so much. This goes to the people that think they know me. People that think they know me, they call me my real name. I'm going to put it out there like that. People that think they know me call me my real name. My friends call me Bugatti. People that think they know me call me my real name. My friends call me Bugatti. Let's keep on going, you guys. Andrews Among Us says, good morning, Miss Kendra. What else y'all got? Patty Lynn says, deported with the glove up. What's up, NYC? We got William that's in the building that says Trump's America. What else you got? You got Grand Rising from Kendra Walker. Whatever works. Get them out living in that nice ass house. You saw that crib, yo? Yo, hold on a minute. Whatever works said, get them up out of here living in that nice ass house. All right, Eric says, it's AI. You're tech illiterate. What else you got? Bob C. He showed his disrespect by attending a funeral in his clown-colored suit. Ooh. Corey W. says, how much Photoshop we falling for today, folks? What else you got? Tony U says, this is the part I don't agree with. Trump, leave that social media stuff out. You the president, not some teenager stuck on TikTok. Corey W says, oof, clown show. Okay, Corey, so guess what? Bam! You can be the first one to leave today. Casey, good morning. What's good? He said, ouch. Oh my God, it's the carrot man. And then another person said, chicken or biscuits, to start dying laughing. Batty Lynn, the Trump Pope image was an in poor taste. Bob C says, disrespect. Casey says, good morning, Angels Among Us 214. Mark Dorfman, nice resort. They take up fishing. Angels Among Us said, good morning, Casey. I'm trying to make sure I get you guys comments out. Do me a favor, if you appreciate the content right now, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. We can get many more people over here to stay well informed about our bottom line and what we got going on here. But moving right along, we got a little more. I want you to see this right here. This is the stuff that gets on my nerves and the reason why I'm happy when deportations go down. How in the nerve do you let a 678 unit apartment complex get taken over by a gang? That shows the strength and the power of what they got going on. Want you guys to see this. It's not over. It's happening. It's out here. It's crazy. Want you guys to see this right here because it actually happened. It's not the last time they talked about it. This is now the second time that this has happened. All right, everybody, let's check this out.
Christina, Ohio, and Dallas, and here are your top stories. A massive apartment complex in San Antonio, Texas, is being forced to foreclose after the violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, took over the complex, destroyed the property, and rented rooms to illegal migrants. According to the owner of the 678-unit Palaciat Apartments,
I'll start my business when things settle down. Maybe next week when
illegal migrant gang members broke into hundreds of apartments, damaged the property, plagued the complex with crime and gang activity, and rented apartments to illegal migrants, pocketing the cash. John Barker saying the illicit activity has been happening for at least a year, with multiple apartments being lived in by illegal migrants who had left the migrant center or airport shelter. He says the city's migrant policies and police response caused the demise of his business. Barker saying, quote, they had their own leases. They were signing with these residents, with these migrants they were bringing in, taking their money and breaking into their units. Barker says he begged the city to do something, but an assistant city attorney refused to help.
He said verbatim to me, we refuse to acknowledge there's a migration issue. And if there's any issues on site that you're having to deal with, that's on you.
Wow.
Barker says by the time the San Antonio Police Department raided the complex last October, arresting 19 people, including 4 Tren de Aragua members, 60% of the units were damaged or vacant. Repairs were so extensive and costly, he's now being forced to give the property back to the bank, saying, quote, we spent a lot of money trying to bring this thing back, but we're just past the point of return. That's what you need to know in Dallas, Christina.
Yeah, that's messed up right there. That's that person. That's some people investment right there. And then you see, he said he went to the sheriff and them, and they ain't even help him. That's messed up right there, yo. How you not gonna help this man out when he's telling you what's going on? Angel Among Us says, good idea, Mark. What we got over here? We got Mark that says turn complex into a prison. Huh, right? Yeah, you know what? Right there. That is a great that's a great suggestion. It's just like Sonny from Bronx Tale. You remember Sonny from Bronx Tale when they had the motorcycle scene? When those motorcycle guys went into the bar and trashed the place, and they were known for trashing bars. And Sonny went to the door and he locked the door and he said, now you can't leave. You know what? That gate that was around it, come in there and don't even do nothing else. Just build the damn walls higher around it and lock everybody up. Surround the whole place, and whoever's in there, that's your new home. That's a good idea right there. I love what you guys come up with. Y'all fantastic. Casey says, Jason, Joker sounds zesty to me, bro. Okay. Jason Todd, Joker sounds zesty to me, bro. The UK needs a President Trump, says Alex. What else we got up in here? We got Sean Preston that says, at Bob Cox Facts, no printer. I don't know what you guys talking about. Bob Cox says, imagine being in the Kamala cult. Woo, that's a scary cult there, Bob. Transmognifier says, how them tariffs treating you? Oh, I want to know, y'all. Yeah, y'all could definitely leave that in the comments now, because I want to know also, because somebody asked a question just now and said, how them tariffs treating you? The transporting guy said, what's that? Transmognifier says, how's them tariffs treating you? I'd like to know too. Also, y'all got to listen to Kendra. Kendra's letting you guys know we got all these people in the building, and we want to make sure that everybody know what we got going on now. So we got to double tap that screen to get those likes up and let everybody know that we got the show going on right now, guys. They missing the show. And the way that we get them over here is you double tap that screen, the likes go up, and then YouTube says, hey, our bottom line is on. Go check them out. And because of that, you start seeing people in the comments say, hey, what's going on over here? And then we got the full circle because of what you guys just did. So now we're going to keep on moving forward because we got Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Adam Schiff. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Anybody know that song? Anybody know that song? Put the name of the group in the comments right now. If anybody knows, not the name of that song, but the group that made that song, put that group's name in the comments. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. And here goes the hint. They were all bald-headed. Okay, we're going to keep on moving forward because Mr. Adam Shifty has complaints filed against him because, Mr. Shifty is he doing the same thing that Tish Harris got caught for? We're going to get into that right now because I think that they're doing a real big investigation right now on all of these administrators. And I can't tell you that I'm angry about it. I actually think it's a good thing.
Ohio and Dallas, and here are your top stories. I'm Christina Ohio in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Investigators Christine Bash and John Stubbins filed an ethics complaint against Adam Schiff for committing fraud and perjury by listing his homes in Maryland and California as his primary residence.
Oh.
The complaint said he listed both as such between 2002 and 2020, violating state and federal laws. They allege Schiff has been claiming dual primary residences for more than a decade, all while enjoying tax exemptions intended for homeowners. Schiff has owned a spacious 3,420 square foot home in Maryland for years, yet has at the same time taken a homeowner's tax exemption on as much smaller 650 square foot condo in Burbank, California, designating it as his primary residence. The maneuver resulted in a $7,000 reduction in property taxes for the congressman, they allege. Deed records reveal that Schiff designated his Maryland property as his primary residence in 2003 when he purchased it for $870,000. In 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2012, Schiff refinanced his mortgage and consistently indicated the Maryland property as his primary residence. Los Angeles County deed records for Schiff's Burbank condo, purchased in 2009 for $298,000, raise eyebrows as they were notarized in Maryland. Only one home can be considered a person's primary residence, and for lawmakers, that residence must be in the district they represent. For Schiff, that's in California. The complaint has been submitted to multiple U.S. House agencies and to the House Judiciary, House Ethics, and House Oversight Committees. He's also been accused of committing voter fraud in California because throughout 2006 through 2009, his voter registration documents list his residence in Burbank. That's what you need to know.
You see what they doing now? Oh, they'll tell me that Mr. Shifty didn't get caught out there trying to be shifty, low down, diddy, and grind. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. What y'all got for me, y'all? Come on. Skylar says, you are worried about that. Kendra says, English, please. No one to translate. Oh, you guys won't able to eat in a couple of weeks. What else we got here? What else we got? We got Tony says, tariffs have nothing to do with me. If you have money to invest, you have too much money. You have too much money as it is, so stop crying. Ooh, okay. Kendra says, at Cameron, the earth is flat. Search your todos. Rainbow says, motherfuckers had to Google that. Okay, what else y'all got? Cameron Edwin says, hi. What else y'all got? H2 says, the Jacksons. Attacker, the ball heads. There you go, Salim. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when I say that. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Candace says, gotta drive up engagement somehow. What else y'all got over here? Y'all got, come on, y'all, Bugatti NY. Come on, y'all. Casey says, Bugatti NYC. Kendra Walker says, fingers up, thumbs up. There we go. Onyx. It's time to get live, says Jerry. Casey said Onyx. Y'all know what's up. Frederick Wright said big ups to Kendra from Oklahoma. Miss D, we only have 32 likes. It's all good. Don't worry about the likes because the numbers is up. And when the numbers is up, we don't care about the likes because we still doing what we got to do because we bringing out that news right now and we got to let you guys know what's going on because we stacked this deck so lovely this morning that all we're going to do is keep on rolling because it just gets better and better and better. Y'all know how we do. We start off a little warm and then we just get hot and we boom, we just keep on going. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep a positive attitude because guess what we got? We got some new audio that's been released by this pilot at Newark Airport. They're talking about the outages with the flights right now. Be very careful right now. Myself, I'm just going to tell you guys that I'm not taking any flights right now. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but from everything that's going on with air travel, I'm already scared to death when it comes down to flying on airplanes, number one. I've been on hundreds of flights, to be honest with you, but when it comes to a volume of so much negative things going on as to what's going on currently right now, I can't tell you guys that I'm excited about taking a flight, so I'm very nervous about taking flights and I care about people. So I'm just putting out these warnings because, it's just something that I would tell anybody that I care about or a friend of mine. So I'm not taking any flights right now because of stuff like this. We've got audio that's being broken up. We've got air traffic control that's being, there's breaches in the audio and in the conversations when flights are coming into land at really severe moments. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this, but like Newark Airport, they shut down over 430 flights the other day because they weren't able to speak to the airplanes that were coming in. They weren't able to communicate. Want you guys to see what's going on in Newark. It is very important, and I know you guys like to stick to important topics, so please check this out and just be very careful moving forward when you're doing air travel currently right now, I would say.
Much for joining us. It is the eve of those deadlines for the Real ID requirements as the deadline takes effect at midnight. And even if you already have one, you could still be impacted. A live look right now at so many different airports around the country: Atlanta, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, St. Louis, just the name of few. All right, let's continue on with our conversation and bring into it Fox's Kennedy Hayes on the ground at Newark Liberty International Airport, one of the nation's busiest airports. Kennedy, thank you so much for joining us. What should travelers know as we're just hours away from this going into effect?
Hi, Andy. Well, TSA officials say only 18% of people here in New Jersey have identification that is Real ID compliant. Now, that's one of the lowest rates in the country, and those travelers may run into issues tomorrow.
If folks report to a TSA checkpoint tomorrow and they are not compliant with the law, i.e. they do not have a Real ID compliant ID, they could be subjected to an additional enhanced screening process. And so as time goes from left to right, and more people get Real ID, that enforcement will intensify.
Listing your vacation rentals on Booking.com opens the door to more guests, like this bunch.
Starting at midnight, TSA and Homeland Security officials.
Passengers should strap in for more delays at one of the nation's busiest airports. Newark Liberty International Airport facing more delays on Tuesday.
That's pretty frightful.
This comes after system outages last week caused air traffic controllers' screens to go dark for up to 90 seconds, leaving them with no ability to contact pilots.
We lost our radar and it's not working correctly. Radar service terminates, squawk VFR, freeze change approved. If you want a Bravo clearance, you can just call the towers when you get closer. Okay, I'll wait for that frequency from you, okay? Okay, no, the squawk VFR, look up the tower frequencies, and we don't have a radar, so I don't know where you are.
Were planes going to crash? No, they have communication devices. They can see other air traffic like GPS in the airplanes.
The Federal Aviation Administration says the delays are because of equipment outages, low staffing levels at an air traffic control center, and runway construction that's scheduled through next month. The delays and confusion could last for weeks.
We were supposed to take off at 4:30, and our flight's delayed till 10:46 p.m.
Secretary Sean Duffy says the nation's aviation infrastructure has not been updated in decades, but Democratic leaders are blaming the Trump administration for the chaos and calling for investigations.
I am demanding a full Inspector General Office investigation into what happened at Newark.
The staffing shortages are now getting worse as some air traffic controllers are so upset about losing contact with pilots, they're now on trauma leave. In what?
You see that? I ain't flying. I ain't going nowhere right now because now it's man-made situations right now. And guess what? I'm not going down because of that. So I'll be on the train. I'll be on the bus. And it's going to take me a little while longer to get to these places that I need to get to. But you know what? Wheels keep on turning, Proud Mary keep on burning. I'll have me a laptop, I'll be watching some movies, and I'm gonna take my time because now it's time to hit the road. I'm not getting in the air no time soon. I want to know what you guys think about this. I'm not trying to scare nobody, but with all that nonsense going on right there, I'm just telling you guys I'm good. Okay, yeah, what? Why no purple suit? Because it ain't Purple Sunday, yeah, what? Rain God said 100%, man, you said it. Kendra says likewise at Rain God. What you got, Rain God? Damn, I need to arm up before we end up having a problem with the government. What else you got over here? Sharon Fitness says United States look ridiculous, real ID, and the airport sad. You know why they're doing that. Tell me why you guys think that they're doing this real ID thing. I'm going to say my part. I think they're doing it because of immigration and to make it harder for illegal immigrants to enter and get in and out on airline travel. That's what I think it is. And I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I just know I don't got one and I got to go get one of them damn things soon. Okay, keeping on. We got YRS Jock says, to the point where we can't travel nowhere without an enhanced ID. Look at that. Purple says, what's next? A tattoo or a branding? Yeah, Kendra says, I meant at Rain God. Rain God says, I don't get the point of the real ID when you already have an ID and a driver's license. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys said it. Because now it's just another time for me to have to go down there or go somewhere and fill out some damn papers for another ID. And what? Now I got to pull out my driver's license, my credit card, my real ID. Come on now. Your passport too. Like, what's next? Like somebody said, a barcode or something like that. And next thing you know, they're gonna put a barcode on your wrist and you're gonna be going like this. Beep. Oh yeah. Don't think it ain't coming now. Keep on moving. Y'all want to read some more of you guys' comments because y'all got a lot of hefty stuff to say. I appreciate. Dorothy says, God bless you all with the love. Thank you, Dorothy. God bless you too. Chad C says, Orange Grandpa is losing it. Okay, Vance 2028 says, Stephen, we're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because I want you guys to see what's going on with our state right now, because it's in a state of chaos. There's people just walking up to people doing all types of crazy stuff. We got a governor named Kathy Joku Hoku who doesn't know her ass from her elbow. In case in point is the reason why we don't have, the same way they just said a lot of air traffic controllers are leaving because of trauma, detectives, police officers, and many administrators left the New York State Police Force because we have the sanitation commissioner now. Who want to work for the sanitation commissioner after they've been busting their butt as a police officer all of these years? It's a smack in the face. A lot of DEI going on right now, right? So case in point, our city is starting to feel the fire of this because we don't have the policing that we actually need to cover and to make sure that the people are safe. So New York City yesterday, a strap hanger was arrested for just punching this dude in the face. I'm not trying to say that it can't happen. I'm not trying to say that people can't get into an argument, but I want you guys to understand. This used to happen to me all the time when I was young. I'd be like, yo, I'm about to get in a fight because this dude is bothering me. And I'll go tell my friend, oh man, ain't nothing gonna happen. Leave that alone. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, man, it's about the next thing you know, boo bap, we over there fighting. Yo, what happened? I told you it was about to go down. I hate when people always come up with their own stuff like, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it. Next thing you know, you're in the thick of it. So if you got an inner feeling and you think that something's gonna go down, don't sit next to people. Stay away from people. You got to be careful, especially in the city of New York. So don't listen to them when they say they put more police on the trains and stuff like that. It's a lie. I want you guys to know that because real people like me, when you come up to us with the microphone and say, so, hey, what do you think about the trains? Is it safer now? We're going to say, hell no, you crazy? Check this out. Somebody had to find out the bad way because somebody just minding their business. This is what really happens in the train. This is how it really happens. And no, there's no police around. Please understand that. Understand that from what I'm trying to tell you. There's never police around when things like this happen. So let's go. So now check this out. Like I said, no police on the train, but after, they was right there to get you. So check this out. We always say this, ATF, after the fact. Luckily, they were there to get him. I got two things to say about this. That's one thing. The second thing is this. Don't you feel pretty stupid now getting arrested for punching somebody in the face on the train, assaulting them now? You was going to work, even though you were late. Now you later, and you got a case. And guess what happened? What has to happen next? Y'all already know it. Y'all ready? Watch your head. And now you sitting in the car like this, looking like a straight thunderer. Because now you got to deal with the case. You know homeboy gonna press charges. He got wild witnesses, and it's on video. Yeah, probably 1 to 3, 18 months, something like that. Stupidity. And again, it happened after the fact. That's how it happens in New York. Get into the comments right now. I want to know what you guys got to say about it. Jay Arden, no, being good to people that don't deserve it is what got us here. Daddy says, don't feel as bad as white boy getting his nose fixed and his eye closed. Rain God says, yep, wasting more time and money for no reason. What else you got over here? What else we got? Chad C says, be good to each other, y'all. Yeah, real talk, man. Yeah, what? On the bus, that dude was probably Gilsney. And I ain't gonna say it the way you want me to say it. I say it a funny way. I say Gilsney. I be doing like pig Latin. Y'all gonna really die when I start getting into that. Igpay Attenley. YRS J-Rock says, instead of Trump focusing on immigration, he needs to focus on mental health. Okay, in the train station. How about some mental help in the train station, getting these people up out of here? How about that? What else we got here? We got Sean Fitness that said, they only around the rich. There you go. Like I told you, Sean know what he's talking about. 42nd Street, 72nd Street, 86th Street, 96th Street. All of those, when you start to getting like 103rd and 110th and all of that, please, y'all on your own. And certain places in Brooklyn, what? And another thing, you better not get off the train on get on the train at 145th Street by the one train with all of them fiends in there. It's like this. I'm talking about Thriller in the train station from them being on so much drugs. I'm serious, y'all. This lady was literally following me one day. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? I had to like literally like do all sorts of like, until the train came, I'm doing all sorts of like maneuvers and stuff. She wasn't bothering me, but she was just staying in my like area. I'm like, no, I ain't messing with y'all crazy people. It's a lot of crazy people on the train. I gotta be honest with you, man. I just gotta be honest with you guys. And it's not going, it's not, this is what I want to say to my family members, everybody in South Carolina and in all of the Carolinas that keep on saying to me, cousin, I want to come up to New York. I can't wait to get to New York. Ooh, New York. Ooh, New York, New York, New York. Do y'all got family members like that? If anybody live in New York know what I'm talking about. They ain't been in New York before, so they be like, oh my God, I just got to get to New York. Meanwhile, we over here like this. I'm ready to come down to Jenkinsville, where you from, where there's only 450 people, and take my shoes off and live like a hillbilly instead of living through all of this nonsense. You really want to come visit? Check out what happened to this Italian tourist while he was just walking in Manhattan now. I used to say Manhattan is safe, but I can't say that no more because the crazy people is everywhere, y'all. Check out what happened to this Italian a tourist while he was walking in the train, walking outside. And this is outside in broad daylight.
Everyone, I'm Tanya Rivero.
And I'm Joe Torres. It has happened again. Another tourist minding his business slashed in an unprovoked attack. This time it happened in Midtown Manhattan this morning. The 42-year-old man was visiting from Italy and was simply walking on Madison Avenue when a woman swung a knife at him and cut his right hand.
This assault is vaguely similar to another incident. A Danish tourist was slashed in the face on the Upper West Side Wednesday morning. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo spoke to the victim from today's attack.
Manhattan's swanky Madison Avenue, a perfect place to capture the buzz of a Saturday night in the city, and the last place you'd expect to hear of a random slashing.
You don't want to see that. You don't want to hear that.
That's the hand of an Italian tourist, all bandaged up after he shielded himself from this woman, who police say swung a knife at him out of nowhere.
I just passed next to her, and she just turned around quickly and stabbed me.
Paolo Rex spoke with Eyewitness News on the phone hours after the unprovoked attack on Madison Avenue. Rex was out sightseeing late Saturday morning when he walked by the woman who...
This Sprint prints everything to get your
Now y'all heard? I'm gonna let y'all get the rest of that. I'm gonna let y'all get the rest of it.
brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes. So
he says was blankly staring at a Wi-Fi kiosk Saturday morning when he walked by the woman who he says was blankly staring at a Wi-Fi kiosk as if in a trance before lunging at him with a knife.
Well, I was shocked.
So now you walking around, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, I'm a tourist. And this is what they do. I'm going there. We be walking, trying to get to work. They be all in the way, taking pictures of buildings. Oh, look at the side of that building. Oh, look at oh, look at the architecture. Like, could you get your ass something damn well? I gotta get to work, whatever like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? So he's doing this tourist thing, right? And he's doing all of that. Meanwhile, she's over there blankly staring at something like this. And he see her crazy now. He's still gonna walk over there. Homeboy, you brought that on yourself no matter what state you in. You in a state of confusion if you're not paying attention to your surroundings. I'm in the comments, y'all. Let's go. What we got over here? We got Junior TV that says, she's definitely a Sleepy Joe supporter, just mad because Trump is MAGA. Casey says, you're simplifying the Hispanic community when you say that. I ain't say nothing about no community. Nah, she is a Trumpster, said MDK too. What else? IMO bet. Mark Dorfman, what's good? It's a war zone. You know what it is in New York. It's crazy. Johnny says he didn't know what time it was. He don't know what time it is, Johnny. You hear that? Johnny said he didn't know what time it was at all. You got to know. Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Check the... Girlies are partying, touching my body and talking to me like I'm a kindergarten. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Do you know what time it is? Check the clock. I'm gonna keep on moving forward, y'all, because y'all have me doing all sorts of performance and all of that. When y'all be dropping titles and stuff like that, y'all be getting me open. So I'm gonna just keep on moving right now because we got this Georgetown fool, El Fulio. Fulio. They say a fool and his money is soon parted. They also say that sometimes when you give people what they really wish for, they actually don't know that they shouldn't have it because now that they're sitting in the belly of honey and they're drinking all the honey, now they wind up in the bottom because they can't even make their way out. Case in point, we got this guy right here from Georgetown, man arrested in Florida after winning $167 million in the Powerball jackpot. He decides to punch a cop. Check this out. Yes, he's in jail, got arrested. I'm not trying to say he ain't got enough money to get out of jail, but I think when you win $167 million, I wouldn't be thinking about punching nobody, kicking nobody. All I'd be thinking about is chilling. That's what I'd be thinking about.
Kentucky's highest ever Powerball jackpot winner was arrested Wednesday morning in Florida. He is now charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, simple battery, as well as resisting arrest and violating parole. According to court records, 50-year-old James Farthing is a repeat offender in multiple counties here in Kentucky. WKYT's Maggie Rickerby has the story.
Saturday night, James Shannon Farthing won Kentucky's highest ever Powerball jackpot of just over $167 million at Clark's Pump and Shop in Georgetown. We introduced you to Farthing Sunday when he and his mother spoke exclusively to WKYT.
I'm going to Ireland, so for
She
sure.
wants to go to Ireland, whatever she wants. You know, she's took care of me for all these years, now it's about her.
Monday, the pair claimed their winnings at the Kentucky Lottery headquarters in Louisville. Then, early Wednesday morning, Farthing was arrested in Pinellas County, Florida. His arrest citation says he was at a hotel Tuesday when an officer tried to intervene in a fight. It says Farthing kicked the officer in the face. James Farthing's criminal record begins here in Fayette County in 1994. Now, he's had several charges in multiple counties, including Laurel, Jessamine, Madison, and Scott counties. Now, some of those charges include engaging in organized crime, burglary, escaping from a detention facility, and drug charges. In our interview with him Sunday, he talked about turning his life around.
I've caused a lot of stress on her. You know, I made some bad decisions in life, and you know, God's been good because I've kept my faith and done right, and something's happened good for me.
And the next day, he kicked the cop in the face. Okay, that's what we doing over there, Mr. Done Right, after you got that $167 million. Like I said, sometimes you give somebody something that they really think that they want, and even when they get it, riches, drugs, D-rugs or whatever, then the next thing you know, they start to really show who they really are, or the worst of them really comes out. What you guys got to say about this in the comments? I'm in the comments. What y'all got for me? What y'all got over here? We got Mo Minor says, why the hell is he out? What the F? What else we got? Tony U says, just because he won, don't take his street mentality away. Chad C says, luckiest cop ever, right, Chad C? Because you know I'm suing. Hell with this police job. I'm suing, Chad. Chad, I am suing. Me and you thinking the same thing. Batty Lynn says, all that money and can't enjoy it. LOL. Chelsea Spears says, kicked in the face, man more flexible than he looks. Yo, Chelsea, you crazy. Johnny says, 'twas the summer of 94. Sharon Fitness says, just being stupid. Rain God says, that Deacon, that doesn't mean blue states aren't as bad. Alex says, I heard about this. Yeah, man. YRS Jock says, times are ticking. YRS says, the end of time. Rain God says, yeah, tell that man to give the money back if he can't control himself. Yeah, right. Alex says, smart guy. I like it. Casey, this guy is okay. He's dressed real nice and the singing was not bad. It wasn't bad. Thank you so much, Casey. Really appreciate that. Yeah, what? I do. This shit was rolling. Yo, you bring up Fulio. Yeah, what? I do that shit was rolling. Yo, don't bring up Fulio. Okay. Rain God says, J. Arden, 100%. You said it. What else you got, Alex? It's nearly midday here. Okay, it's nearly midday, but it's 7 o'clock in the morning probably over here. And I want to ask you guys a question. If you're enjoying the content that you've been seeing for probably the last hour, I'm sweating bullets. Been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, making sure that we pool and that we're in sync to keep on doing what we got to do. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is send me a whole bunch of money. Yeah, send me a whole bunch of super chats right now. No. Don't send me no money. I'm just playing with you guys. What I would like for you to do, though, is go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, because that gets more people over here. We don't worry about the coffee too much, the money, because we got some coffee in the kitchen. But what we do like to do is try to get those numbers up, because that gets more people over here and let them see what we got going on, because we are the #1 show on YouTube in the morning from 6 o'clock until we're finished. I used to do it just for an hour. Now it's like, you know what? Let's run it up because there's so much to talk about. And again, I got something else for you guys. Y'all want to see what's going on with this phishing scam that I think you really need to pay attention to? It came up on my phone the other day, and I also happened to see it in the video. I said, oh, I could let everybody on the channel know about what's going on with this. And what I'm going to show you guys is this. Law enforcement warns you of widespread corruption. Take these phishing scams very serious. They're sending you stuff to your phone saying that you owe a toll when you really don't. Let's thank this person right here. And that is going to be Alex for the $9.99 super chat. Little tip, relax. I thank you and I appreciate you so much for that. $9. It's like 900 to us. We really appreciate that. So we're going to keep on moving forward. But this is some information. And you guys always know when I can find a way to save us, make us a little smarter, and the way Pimp C said it, put some fat on your brain, I'll always do that. That's what the platform is for. You guys be teaching me stuff all the time. So check this out. I want you guys to see what's going on with this phishing scam. It came up on my phone the other day. I said, I don't owe no tolls and and I started thinking back. You know how every time something happened to you, you think back the last place that you were at or whatever happened to you. I don't owe any tolls. Then all of a sudden I checked the internet and it showed this video right here. Want you guys to see this. I think they calling it a skimming scam or whatever like that, where they're tricking you and making you think that you got a toll that you didn't pay. Check this out.
Well, over the past few months, multiple law enforcement agencies have been sounding the alarm about an increasingly popular scheme to dupe drivers into paying fake fines. The Turn to Tower team has new data revealing just how widespread and dangerous this toll scam has become.
By now, you may have received a text message that looks like this, claiming you owe money for unpaid tolls. But in many cases, it's a complete fake, part of a fast-spreading scheme designed to trick you into paying bogus fees or handing over personal information.
The text message will say something like, you have a pending fee, avoid fines, come and pay your bill.
They're known as smishing scams, and cybersecurity expert Karen Zilberstein showed us the numbers that reveal just how widespread the problem has become. Toll-related scams surging, a staggering 588% in the past year alone, driven by fraudsters now using AI to make their messages look more convincing. Smishing scams are being reported nationwide, but Zilberstein says the tri-state has especially been hit hard, prompting multiple law enforcement agencies from the FBI to the Ride Police Department to blast out alerts, all urging drivers to stay vigilant.
So New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are highly congested areas. Hence, there are many drivers, and it's just a huge population that scammers tend to exploit.
Here's how to protect yourself. Never click on links or respond to unexpected texts about tolls. Verify messages through your state tolling agency's official website or phone.
So that's how they're growing so fast. They're hiring freelancers. Look what they're doing with AI experts.
Phone number. Delete and report scam texts using your phone's report junk feature, and consider installing anti-malware protection for.
I gotta say that because that's why I wanted you guys to see the rest of it as far as like how to protect yourself from this. Because like I said, if I could stop recording right now and show you guys my phone, I have that actual text. I have that text saying that I owe a toll. So I'm saying to myself, I don't owe no toll or whatever, but common sense and thorough investigation, like what we do here, instead of just getting mad at the message, we get the information and then we apply. That's the way you're supposed to be. You have to have common sense. This way, anything that comes within your lane, you can have a common way of basically making an understanding of what you want to determine to do about that. Of course, we should not just, oh my God, let me pay this thing right here, because the other trick is they do it with very small denominations. If you guys noticed that was only $11.69 that they were saying that you owed, right? So now let's say 100,000 people send in $11.69. This scam worked. So that's what they're doing, and they're really good at it. And when it comes down to the AI modification, just like me, I want to just be straight up about this. This is a sad situation because I get all of these emails and texts now saying, oh my God, we love your work. We see what you're doing on the internet. We want to sponsor you. And then they even use the marketing person's name at that company. So you really go that far to see if this is the real person. Next thing you know, they ain't get in contact with you. They ain't trying to do no advertising with you. It was AI and it was a scam. I'm talking about everything that comes over your phone that has anything to do with monetary now. Judge and question everything. I'm in the comments right now, y'all. Damn, what else you got? Alex says, damn. Natalie Georgievich says, not convincing to people who can see that the emails isn't government email, usually Yahoo. Right, that's another thing. Look at the email address that it's coming from. If it doesn't say, .gov or .dmv, or automatically question it. It could say that in the beginning, like, traffic tickets, traffic tickets to pay, and then it'll say /. Yahoo or dot something else. That's the landing is very important. Someone just made a note of that. The landing page is very important as well. K Grand says it's almost like nickels and dimes, like that old phrase. Exactly. Good point, says Johnny. Yeah, what says bingo rigger. What else you got over here? You got Sharon says, I definitely delete all unanswered numbers, LOL. Lucas says, almost like he's in the files. What else you got? Demonetized says, I would rather owe it than cheat him out of it, LOL. Lucas says, even though he's getting sued over not releasing the files. Okay, yeah, what? You nice dude. F the game. Thank you. Johnny says, people's out here getting scammed left and right. Yeah, you guys got to watch every single thing and look at everything like it's a possible scam. Right, Kendra? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where Batty at? Well, who else up in this building? I want to see who got gloves up in here. Everybody that's gloved up, I want to see you guys. Let me see you put something in the chat right now. Let me see a thumbs up for everybody that got a glove up in here. Everybody that's got a glove, that's a member, that's subscribed to the channel, let me see a thumbs up real quick. Also, you guys like the content that we got right now that we're sharing in the building, do me a favor, double tap that screen and get the word out. These are my family members right here. These are the people that hold me down right here. You guys see all of those gloves? Those are the people that hold us down. Rebecca, we got Kendra, we got, that's right, I know we got Batty. There you go, Batty. We got Kendra, Batty, all my people that's gloved up. That's what I'm talking about. Also, I know Angel's got a glove too. I seen you get your glove. We got a lot of other people up in here too that support the channel and that I wholeheartedly appreciate. This is what this channel is about. Sharing information, getting some fat on your brain, and me learning too. Only thing I do is talk to you guys, do dialogue, I learn, and I play the videos. And my job is to pull good content so that we have things to talk about. Your guys' responsibility is saying what you got to say in those comments that's relative to what we got going on over here, and then we'll have a fantastic dialogue. You can't really go to too many platforms and get that. You get people that's angry because you're not agreeing with what they say. I don't move like that. I like the arguments because I look at it as debates and powerful communication because we can get through stuff when we communicate. Now, we want to keep on moving forward because we got this former NFL star, Jason Pierre-Paul. He got his watch stolen. Not just a regular watch. I'm talking about a milli. I'm talking about a Richard Mille watch that was worth over $400,000. Be careful, you guys, because they have these people that move around in groups that know that watch. They know your jewelry. They're watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me, especially when you're high caliber. Check out what happened to this former football player, Pierre-Paul, when he got his $400,000 Richard Mille watch stolen. Just going out, just hanging out in the club. Check this out right here, guys. Check this out.
His expensive watch was stolen at the Hard Rock Casino over the weekend. Local 10's Trent Kelly is live now with the details and the players' reaction. Trent.
Well, Annalise and Christy, all of this involves former NFL standout and one-time Miami Dolphins player Jason Pierre-Paul. He tells us he was here at Hard Rock's Dare nightclub early Sunday morning celebrating the F1 weekend. What was supposed to be a fun night out quickly turned into anything but after he says he realized his pricey wristwatch worth six figures was taken off his wrist. Now police are investigating.
How the hell you don't feel
the watch
it?
is worth $400,000. You know what I mean? Retail.
A high-end watch swiped from the wrist of a well-known former NFL player while enjoying the Formula One festivities at the Hard Rock in Hollywood.
I'm a celebrity, I'm a football player, and I respect everybody. You know, but when something like that happened to me, yo, I'm going to make it be known.
Former NFL linebacker and one-time Miami Dolphin Jason Pierre-Paul speaking to Local 10 after he says his $400,000 Richard Mille watch was stolen from him while attending an exclusive F1 party at the Hard Rock's Dare nightclub early Sunday morning.
I think it was a whole setup because before we walked into the club, the people jumped right in front of us, and my trainer seen it happen.
He says it happened while he was leaving the club's VIP area and moving to the dance floor. At some point, he says a group of people started to surround him and would not let him move.
And then there was this one group of people, probably in their 40s and like 35, 40s, that did not want to move, you know? And it was like kind of like weird because I'm like, I'm a big guy and they don't want to move. So as I was asking them to move, they was moving with me.
That's when he says someone in the group started to grab him, describing the scene as a large mosh pit. The group eventually dissipating after several minutes, at which point Pierre Paul thought he was in the clear, but when closing out his bar tab some 15 minutes later, that's when he noticed his pricey wristwatch had been stolen.
I looked, watch was gone. Automatically I knew, I turned to my boy and said, they stole my watch.
Pierre Paul, or JPP as he's known to football fans, later taking to social media, raising awareness about the situation after reporting it to police. He's hoping someone will come forward with info and is urging others to take precaution.
You got to be aware of your surroundings, and I just want everybody to be aware that their nightclub is not a safe place to come.
I think you should have did the Ocho Cinco move and have a fake one and rock the fakie. This way, when they try to steal it, they think they got your real one and you got the fake one. 50 Cent did the same thing with the G-Unit spinner. Young Buck got robbed for the G-Unit spinner piece. And he's like, I'm sorry. 50 was like, that was the fake one. I knew it would happen. That's what you got to do. They can know that you have it, but why you got to wear the real one? Wear the fake one. Yeah, go get you a fake one that look just like it so they can get that and think that they got the real thing. Because, that $400,000 right now, right there, if I had a watch for $400,000, I have to be worth $400 million, number one. And if I'm paying that much for a watch, it better have damn GPS on it. The damn thing better be able to make it back home by itself. The watch. The watch better be able to make it home after being stolen by itself for $400,000. I'm in the comments. What y'all got to say about this? Okay, Natalie Georgievich says common sense isn't common knowledge. Kendra says Bugatti NYC, everyone wasn't raised, so there goes common sense. There you go. Okay, Guy says, how did he not feel someone taking it off his wrist? How not, right? Then we got Deacon that says a lot of pro athletes don't have financial literacy, don't know how to invest and save cash. Thank you so much, Deacon. You're right. What else we got? We got Kendra Walker says, hope he learns a lesson in life. Man, that's a real expensive lesson right there, Kendra. Deacon says, definitely, he's probably bankrupt from his football career. Spending money like that. Probably can't agree. The Rip says, what? Johnny says, you think so, Deacon? Either way, that's crazy. Kendra Walker says, yes, at Mark. Tony Yu said, damn, that's some professional right there. Mark Dorfman says, that's what happens when you show off. Deacon Blue says, insurance scam. Ooh, good one, Deacon Blue. Good one. Yeah, what? Douche got douched. Okay, we're going to keep on moving, you guys, because now I want to ask you guys another question. I got another one. This is smart right here. Let me ask you a question. You have a home, you got real estate, right? And you got real estate, and you got a real estate broker that goes around and shows your homes in order to either sell them or rent them, right? Next thing you know, your realtor's calling up talking about, we got some squatters that moved inside of this house over here that I'm trying to show. What are we going to do about this? Next thing you know, you say, oh my God, I know that this area is known for this. And there's so many things that would run through any landlord's mind. What could you possibly do to get rid of squatters? When you go there, they show you a lease. They say they actually bought the home from somebody that they thought was legit. And they're not moving. No matter what you do. And then the police don't help you because that's a civil thing. So what would you do? What would be the ultimate goal for you if you had a home like that and you got some people that was breaking in your place and he decided to squat? Well, let me show you what this one man decided to do. I guess he said to himself, you know what? If I can't beat him, I'm going to join him. And he moved in with the squatters inside of the house, brought 15 of his relatives over, and after a while was able to actually make a deal with these squatters to get out of there. Check this out, Chicago. Step to the front of the congregation.
Chicago man says he did the unthinkable when he discovered alleged squatters in his property. he decided to move in with them. Marco Velasquez is the owner of this Southside property, which is on the market to be sold. He says his realtor came by with a potential buyer, but there was already people inside.
I couldn't believe it. It was like a nightmare.
Velasquez says a woman named Charmaine and her boyfriend Codero moved in, claiming they recently purchased the property. He says the couple showed police this mortgage document, but Cook County confirms they don't see this mortgage on record. Velasquez's realtor recorded this video as the couple explained to police they had a right to be there.
Y'all bogus right now. I listen, bro.
He says police told them under Illinois' current law they couldn't remove anyone.
I said I'm not moving out, and I said at the one point they gotta leave. They gotta get tired of us being in the property. I called a couple of friends, stay overnight, and I knew they were not gonna like that.
So you're telling me that you and your friends came in and moved in with them?
Yes.
Velasquez says he, his wife, and their friends got a few air mattresses and spent the night with the alleged squatters.
Velasquez said, oh, you don't know, I Chicano, and you don't know how we party? Let me tell you something, we're going to party from Friday to Monday. We know you squatters, but let me show you how we do it.
We stayed in the living room. We were watching all the time the door. They stayed in one of the bedrooms.
The next morning, he says he realized they were not budging.
They're like, oh, well, we want $8,000.
Velasquez says they negotiated. He had the couple sign a cash for key agreement, and he paid them $4,300 to leave.
We didn't want to give them money, but we heard, really bad stories about squatters taking over properties 6, 8, 10 months, even a year.
Velasquez says weeks later, a CPD detective called them, informing them that one of the alleged squatters is the same woman accused of squatting in Marcia and Carlton Lee's home after leaving his property. In the Lee's case, Charmaine Powell Gillard was arrested and charged with burglary, forgery, obstructing identification, and criminal residential trespassing. In the meantime, Velasquez says he's working with a detective and he hopes action is taken in his case, too.
Well, I don't know about action being taken because you already gave them that $4,300. I don't think, and they already moved out. So sadly, they won that. And I'm thinking, let's be honest about this, y'all. It seems like they've been doing this for a long time. I would even go to as far as to say they made up that fake mortgage paperwork. I think that she made it up and had it all ready for the whole scam to lay it out on them. What else you got? What you guys got to say about it? Alex, I don't want to say what I do. Yeah, you already know what I do. Yeah. Tony Yu says, that's right, Latinos, it's party time. Get them Modelos ready. Kendra says, uh-oh. What we got? Yeah, what says, bam, Joshua. Well, yeah, she was charged. That was for another case though earlier. What we got, y'all? Cancel that check, says Chelsea. Ooh, that was a good one, Chelsea. Cancel the check, right? Deacon says, I know people in my neighborhood that will move squatters out for a few $100s. Ooh, God bless him and his family. Kendra Walker said. Zach says, gonna potty. Johnny says, that's one way. That's one way. What else? To move in, right? That's one way to get, that's one way, right? Done gun. Okay, arson says, Johnny says arson. Ooh, Drum Forever says, next time buy a house, they can't take that from the risk. Okay, Joshua says 9 times out of 10, it's insured. Okay, we got Kevin that says, the writer, you are the lower, the common sense. Kendra says, oh my gosh, she over there like, oh my God, really? He said the Catholics loved it. Who said that? Renis said that. You talking about the president, but that picture? Okay, you guys, we're going to keep on moving now because not only did we have a squatting situation that happened, now let me ask you guys a question. I think personally that they call Carnival Cruise, what do they call that? Remember Soul Plane? To me, Carnival Cruise is Soul Plane. I don't like cruises, number one. I've never been on a cruise in my life, and I don't want to go on one. I like to be able to get on and off things when I'm ready. Only thing I could probably take before is a long flight. But as far as being on a cruise for a whole week or something like that, it's never been my thing. But I want you guys to see what happened as dozens of people, brothers and sisters, was put on the do not sail list because they had a brawl that happened, of all places, on Carnival Cruise. I want you guys to see this right here. The brawl that broke out on Carnival cruises that put people on an actual no sale list. Talk about what kind of list black folks can wind up on. Here go another one I never thought that we wind up on. The no sale list.
Disturbing video captured the moment a massive brawl broke out among Carnival cruise ship passengers in Texas, resulting in more than a dozen people being banned from the liner for life. The violence erupted as passengers were disembarking from the Carnival Jubilee when it docked in Galveston on Saturday, following a week-long Caribbean trip. Footage shared on social media shows multiple passengers barging past barriers to trade blows, with one man shoved to the floor and then pummeled by a handful of others. Multiple security guards can be seen running toward the fight, but they struggled to immediately contain the melee. Several open suitcases were left scattered around the terminal in the aftermath. A Carnival Cruise spokesperson told the Post that the incident occurred in the debarkation area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and that the matter was turned over to law enforcement. The company said, "We will not tolerate such behavior," adding that 24 people have been placed on their do not sail list. At least one person was arrested, though police have not revealed what sparked the ruckus or what charges were filed. For more stories,
man, you can't take Jaka Watima nowhere. You can't take her nowhere. You can't take people nowhere. You just can't take certain people nowhere, Jawaka Tima. What you over there fighting for, pulling on that girl weave for? Oh, you know what? You on the no sale list now. From now on, you can't sell no more. What else we got up? What we got up in there? Tony Yu says, this is why they don't want the brothers on board. Stay Humble says, do not sell list is crazy, right? Stay Humble? Yo, I swear, we always make a list, boy. And I ain't talking about Santa Claus list where it's making a list, checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty or nice. No. We're talking about the you can't sail on Carnival no more list. That's the list that we talking about. We know that y'all gonna fight. We know that y'all gonna throw blows. We know how y'all get down because we saw the last one from the show. So don't have me keep on going with that, yo. Don't have me. Deacon said, dude, that once we get back on land is I'm beating that. That's that once. Yep, that's that. Once we get back on land, I'm beating your ass. Kendra says, at Lecce 0007, please elaborate. What we got over here? We said, people are broke in the mind. That's why I had to take a break from Trump content. The level of stupidity is beyond my sense of humor. It's disgusting. What else you got? Black Ghost says, that's a dumb statement. What else you got? Chelsea says, should be weary of ships as a black. Robert says, you weird. What else we got? We got the list is only for black folks, question mark. Yeah, Wolf says, holy hell. Ranches says, pull fun with your money, sure not mine. Okay. JG says, Pirates of the Caribbean. Casey Ramos says, there's always Royal Caribbean. Hey, we get kicked off Carnival, there's always Royal Caribbean. And them ships is real old and janky. I ain't getting on there one of them. I ain't going for it. I'd rather go outside and do what I'm going to tell you guys to do. Y'all go outside and have a fantastic day today. It's Wednesday. We made it another day. You guys get outside, get some air, drink some water, have a fantastic day, you guys, because we only get one life to live, and I want you to know you better live it to the fullest because tomorrow is not promised. I could say these things straight up and down coming out from my heart because I really feel this way. Yes, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of stuff going on in the world today that's bad, but what I want to make sure that I do with my life is to get the most out of it. And I'm trying not to be so negative about things. I try to remain positive because it makes me feel better and it makes me a good person overall. And it don't give you no negative feedback. Yes, I may say certain things that I have opinions on that I don't agree with, but as far as, hitting people and doing crazy stuff or whatever like that, really not that type of person, even though I probably was when I was a kid. I like dogs, I like animals, I like people, and I like people to be happy. I want to see people grow. I want to see people make it. That's the type of person that I am. That's the reason why we made this platform. So you guys, I want you to also be able to make some money. How can you do that? Go into the description right now, click on a survey and you'll be able to make up to $500. So I put 2 surveys up in there. Every time you guys complete one and you get money, I make $25 too. What's wrong with telling the truth? Why not? It's easier. And this way, you don't have to make up no excuses. So I make $25 when you guys make $250 or $500. So why not go on over to the surveys and see if you guys can make some money off of one of the surveys that we offer every single day here at Our Bottom Line. Also, if you got a business, you're trying to get your business out there and get yourself known, we have a pretty large platform right now. We know it's hard. We want you guys to send in your postcards, your flyers, or whatever you have to promote your business to bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and we will actually put your post up in the post section so everybody here and all of our followers and supporters can see your business and possibly get you some more business coming through. Also, last but not least, we're going out today to finalize on a few stores for the Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search that I'm going to be hosting here in the 5 boroughs of New York City, where it's Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. You guys are going to come out and show me your talent no matter what it is. Whatever borough it is, boom, you make $250. Each borough has a winner. After we get all the boroughs winners, they come together, we come to one location, and there is a $1,000 finals that you will win. Whoever wins the finals is going to be winning $1,000. And this is sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. You guys want to get involved with the talent show, and it's not just singing or dancing, it's talent. So if you have a talent, whatever you do, I want to see it, because you can make $250 from showing me your talent, also up to $1,250 after the grand finale. Yes, go to info@drinkbigdrip.com, or you guys always know that the website link is always in the thumbnail. I want to share with you guys that I'm going to go out today, finalize those events so that we can have somewhere to do that at. I already got 2 already ready on par, 145th Street and Broadway in Harlem. It's called Brands Liquor. You guys can actually go over there and pick up Big Drip as well. So ask for it by name, Big Drip Hard Punch, 14% alcohol by volume. So you got to be careful with that because it does have alcohol. So you got to be 21 or older in order to have Big Drip. Think about this. It's scissor in the can. It's only $3.99. Tastes fantastic. Want you guys to check it out. But with that being said, you guys know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. I hope you got a good show today. I hope that you learned something and that it was informative, because that's my reason for coming here every single day. And with that being said, you guys have a fantastic day, because you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Y'all ready? Get 'em! 1.